Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. It seems like Lithuania, with a population in 2.4 or 2.5 million, the city, poked the Russian bear too many times. Now I don't know if the Russian bear will do or could do something about it. If they wanted, they probably could, but I don't think it's worth for them the time. Nevertheless, I made some videos where I mentioned Lithuania and actually the three Baltic states because they are the noisiest together with Poland. They are the noisiest ones. And I don't know if that comes only from an inner hatred towards the Russians or and an order from their masters. So we have here an article that comes from Ukrainska Pravda. So obviously that's a Ukrainian news outlet from June 8th, 2022. And this is the title. The State Duma of Russian Federation suggested canceling the independence of Lithuania. Okay, well, the State Duma is the parliament in Russia. Now, I don't know how you can cancel the independence of a country by not recognizing it. They don't recognize Kosovo either, like other people don't recognize, other countries that are just, or at least they don't recognize Crimea being unified, or whatever, brought back to Russia. But in this case, how do you cancel someone's independence? Symbolically, I'm guessing. Let's see. So we have here Evgeny Fedorov, a State Duma of Russian Federation deputy, suggested canceling the Soviet times decree that recognizes the independence of Lithuania. So what would that mean? That all of a sudden they will claim Lithuania as being their territory? All right. And I'm quoting, Deputy Fedorov introduced a project into the State Duma concerning the cancellation of the USSR State Council decree on recognition of independence of the Republic of Lithuania. And now reminder, the process of Lithuania's exit from the USSR was painful and had victims among civilians as Soviet armed forces tried to subdue the mass movement towards independence. That was after Soviet Union. Remember, when you put Soviet Union, don't put it in the same par with Russia. You say, well, actually, it was Russia. It was, well, it could have been, but look at its leaders. And if you look at the Soviet, Union, you will not find many Russians, especially until about 1960, 62, 63, more than kind of like that. After Khrushchev left, they were still in the apparatus. Maybe not the front guys, but they still were over there. So you have to kind of, if you look at all these guys, you just don't find too many Russians. The first Soviet council, or how do you want to call it? It was 80% non-Russian. You can find the names. You can figure out what their real names were of those 80%. And some of them, not 80%, had name changes, but a lot of them. Look at Trotsky. Look at Kaganovich. Look at Beria. Look at even Lenin. Lenin wasn't even a quarter Russian. I don't think he had any Russian blood in him. I can remember who said that. I can't remember what personality. I'm not talking about movie stars or these guys of personalities. An historian, I can't remember who said that. Lenin did not have a bone of Russian in him. Then you get Stalin. Stalin is not Russian. He was a Gruzin. He was a Georgian. You remember Saakashvili, one of them. His name was Drugashvili. What? Joseph Vissarionovich Jugashvili. This was his. Stalin is the man of steel. That's what it means. Name de guerre. and many others, many others. Just have to, look and read and find out. So when you don't equate Russia with Soviet Union, so when you see here that Soviet armed forces tried to subdue the mass movement towards independence, it was USSR. Were there Russians in that? Yeah, but there were Ukrainians too. There were Moldovians too. They were in the army. Who was the leadership? Russian? I mean, but nevertheless, look deeper. And it says here, at the same time, after the August coup, interior problems in Russia worsened critically. On 6 September 1991, at the USSR State Council government body created at the Extraordinary Congress of People's Deputies meeting, presided by Mikhail Gorbachev, the independence of Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia was recognized. So they recognized it. Do you think they could not subdue 5 million people? Not even 5 million, because this is the current population of the Baltic states: Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia. 5 million people. Give it less 100,000. So imagine then how many there were. 4 million people, 3 million people. So it was a decision made to do that, because just think about this: Mikhail Gorbachev doesn't live in Russia. He doesn't reside in Russia. He doesn't show his face in Russia. And why is that? Not only in Russia, anywhere in the former Soviet Union. Why do you think it's so? You know, who pays you? Previously, Lithuania is, it says previously, and I'm saying here what these guys are saying. Lithuania is in favor of harshest EU sanctions against Russia, supports Ukraine's decision to join the EU, and provides military support in the confrontation with Russia. In particular, at the end of August, Ukraine received heavy mortars, heavy mortars, point, dot, whatever you want to call it. Lithuania also suggested creating a naval coalition for lifting the Russians' blockade and resuming the export of Ukrainian grain. Now, what do you mean naval coalition? Like attack the Russians? Well, you see, 2.5 million, what kind of ships they have? So they all yell other ones to chip in, and really United States to, and maybe Great Britain to do something about it, not them. How many fighters are there? I mean, be honest about it. What's the military might of Lithuania? So when they say about the coalition, they say everybody, I mean, I'm the weakest, but I want us to go together. What do you mean? You stay home, Emil. You're the weakest. You have the biggest mouth, though. But that could be, from time to time. I'm just saying, it's unbelievable. Let's make a coalition. Yeah, I'm going to use your men, your armies, and your, armament and all that, weapons and so on. And I'm providing only the land, which is this big. Anyway, you see, this did not provide an insight on what would that mean, canceling that. So that means they don't recognize Lithuania. So that means what? They're still part of what? Soviet Union. Soviet Union is not there anymore. So as a symbolic gesture, who cares? Well, nevertheless, as a symbolic question, symbolic gesture, how they don't recognize Kosovo, for instance. Symbolic. What are you going to do about it? Nothing yet. It's coming. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.